Welcome into the Sportsocracy. Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene. It's Wednesday morning of Thanksgiving week. Final show of the week. We'll be back with you on Sunday for, of course, the Sunday kickoff special, live from the social here in East Asheville, where we're always hanging out every Sunday with every NFL game on the televisions with the NFL Sunday Ticket, the best wings in town, food and drink specials, all of that. Be sure to join us on Sunday. But today, we're getting ready for Feast Week.
Well, we still have one more show. We have an ESPN show this afternoon that's a gambling spectacular.
Jeremy's going to be throwing out all of his picks for the upcoming days of Feast Week. Are we going to get into some college basketball picks in this?
Hell no.
Okay, all right. I just had to check and make sure.
I have plenty enough on my plate, no pun intended, with just college football in the NFL.
Right. Speaking of college football playoff.
You want to get right into this,
Let's just hammer it out.
You want to swallow that frog, eh? Because I'm about to say a whole mess of bad shit.
The College Football Playoff Selection Committee came out with their rankings last night, and the big headline is BYU at 14.
Stupid. It's stupid. You have 3 two-loss teams ahead of BYU. Why do they even play?
Yep.
Like, if I'm BYU and I'm showing up to the facility today, why are we even playing? If you're going to respect us this little, and the next person that says, oh, their strength of schedule was 109, no, it's not. I mean, it might be to a moron. It might be to these Big Ten people that think the Big Ten's good and has Ohio State at 21.
Yep.
If Ohio State has played the 21st, I almost said 21st,
yep.
21st best schedule in America, that means there's only 24 teams in America. Because their schedule is a joke of a dumpster fire of a laughable bunch of horse shit.
Yep, it's highly predictable, though. This is the thing that I've been trying to tell you with these guys is they're not going to get the 2020 schedule treatment. BYU on their original schedule had 6 Power 5 conference games on there. They all got canceled because of the coronavirus.
And that's not their fault.
It's not their fault. No, it's not. But
yeah, and I want to go down
up there.
And I want to go down a path with they're ducking Washington. They're not ducking Washington. Why in the hell would they want to play Washington? Because if a Pac-12 team shows up by Thursday, that game gets canceled. So you spent all the time, done all the prep, and then had to go, oh, well, I guess screw us then.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
How much does it really help you?
Washington? It would help. It would help. It wouldn't help a tremendous amount. The amount of disrespect in this initial ranking, it doesn't matter. And I'll be honest with you, BYU better join a conference and they better do it this year. Because if you don't, you're doing it wrong. It doesn't make a lick of sense to be an independent at this point because they just don't give you any credence whatsoever.
Yep.
Notre Dame, the same way. I mean, I was so angry last night. When I saw BYU pop up at 14, I went, "Oh, I am more big mad than I thought I was going to be," and I went into it knowing this is probably not going to go my way.
Yeah.
Oh.
You should have. You should have known that was going to matter, that their schedule would matter.
If you think Iowa State has a better resume than BYU, I got a bridge to sell you because they lost to Louisiana. Did we forget that? Was it so long ago that we just don't remember?
Yeah, it was week 1. We just sloughed that off.
Oklahoma got trounced. Mm-hmm. And they're ahead of them. Mm-hmm. And Northwest, don't get me. Oh, my God, Northwestern. For the love of profanity, what in the hell are people seeing in Northwestern? Is it just an upset? They're 5-0 in the Big Ten. They haven't beaten anybody. Don't give me Wisconsin. Wisconsin sucks, and you're going to see it soon enough. I tried to tell you, and you wouldn't listen to me.
Well, you won't see
They did the same thing with Wisconsin. They did the same thing with Indiana, and it took 1 week of them being up there for them to poop in their pants. And that's exactly what Northwestern's going to do.
Well, you won't see it with Wisconsin because Wisconsin's game this week got canceled, and they are no longer eligible.
Ronald!
Yep.
Bye, Wisconsin!
Yep. They are no longer eligible for the Big Ten title should they have made it there anyway, which they weren't going to. But I don't know. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you that no one was going to give BYU any credit and they didn't.
And it's stupid. So we're giving the Big Ten credit for what exactly? Mm-hmm. What has Northwestern done?
For beating the Big Ten.
That's awful.
Well, I get that it's
awful.
It's
terrible.
But it's still it's still one of the Power 5 conferences. It's still got one of the greatest collections of talent in college football. Just because all of their teams are
they don't have a great collection of talent. Okay. That's a fucking myth, and it's been a myth forever. Okay. They don't recruit the same way. They don't recruit the same way the ACC does. Outside of Michigan and Ohio State, Penn State's a decent recruiting team. Outside of that, they live in the 40s, 50s, 60s. Mm-hmm. Nebraska's in the mid to low 20s, and that's probably the third, fourth best program in the conference. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke, and here's why it happens. I'll tell you, and I sat there and marinated on this for a long time. Why does this happen? Because so many of your media members came from Big Ten institution schools, like Northwestern. And so that's where you get all this hype and all this pub and all this love because you have this allegiance to the Big Ten. And you have no allegiance to all these other conferences. And it's stupid. The Big Ten is terrible. They get trounced in these games every year, and nobody cares.
No.
How many times have we watched Michigan just get shellacked in bowl games? Mm-hmm. Do you remember what Florida did to them? Mm-hmm. I mean, embarrassed. They didn't even look like they belonged on the field with Florida. And yet, here we are doing this again.
Yep. And we're going to do this till the end of time. It's never going to change.
It's going to change because I'm going to will it into existence.
The powers that be in college football believe that the Power 5 are head and shoulders above everybody else. And even if you're in the worst Power 5 conference, your worst Power 5 schedule is way better than an independent schedule BYU can put together that has Boise State on it. I mean, that's their signature win. If there is,
and that's not their fault. So if we're not going to blame Ohio State for the fact they're going to play 7 games, which is laughably embarrassing and stupid, you can't blame BYU that every Power 5 conference canceled them. Because I got news for you, none of them want to play
Nobody's
BYU.
Blaming them.
Nobody. I beg to differ. 14 is blaming them. If you're telling me there's 7 spots difference in Cincinnati and BYU, you're either a moron or you have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Don't know where you're going.
You have a problem with BYU. I can't think of them. Grudge. You have a grudge. A grudge.
I don't think it's a grudge against BYU. It's just victim of circumstances. They put together the schedule that they could. They couldn't get good teams to play against, and yeah, they're fine.
Oh, by the way, okay. Do you know who the chair of the college football committee is? The athletic director at Iowa. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's no nepotism there. I'm sure. You have Northwestern ahead of an undefeated BYU team that is boat racing teams.
Of course, they call.
There's no nepotism there. I'm
sure.
They're
boat racing teams, but they're boat racing FCS teams. I mean,
they played an FCS team.
I'm just. It's
un.
Okay.
I think it's laughable that you don't think that that their schedule is better than Ohio State's because it is easily. It is easily better.
They're not getting the historic bump that those other schools get. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Just because this football team at this school may be better this year,
let me ask you.
The name Troy doesn't carry any water.
Let me ask you a question. So we've been doing the college football playoff since 2014, 2015.
Yep.
Do you know how many wins the Big Ten has total? I was originally going to take Ohio State out of this. I don't have to.
Is it 3?
It's 1. Yeah. It's 1. One time they won by 1 touchdown against Alabama. That's it. They have no more wins. Mm-hmm. None. Michigan State, 38-0. Ohio State, 31-0 to Clemson. Ohio State, 29-23 to Clemson last year. This conference is not good, and the fact that nobody sees it or nobody cares, and I don't know which one it is, and I can't figure it out for the life of me. I mean, right now, let's be legitimately honest here. The best conference in college football is
the SEC,
and it's not close. Mm-hmm. The second best conference in college football is
the ACC.
I would agree with you. The Big 12's 3.
Yep.
There is a cliff between 3 and 4.
Yep.
I mean, it is a joke. Mm-hmm. There is a bigger discrepancy between the Big 12 and the Big 10 than, in my opinion, there is between the Pac-12 and the Mountain West. Right. And I firmly believe that. This Power 5 shit's a joke. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you consider the Pac-12 a Power 5 conference, you're a moron. And I can't help you. There are 2 programs in that whole conference that aren't dog babies.
Yep. The problem is they are Power 5 conference. They are historic.
In name alone.
And money.
And Brent Cotton,
you're forgetting.
I couldn't have said it better than
Power 5 in money and power.
Okay, because you're gonna have to elaborate on that a little bit. Because if you're going down the money path, BYU gives way more than you think they do.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, why do you think they're independent? Because they realized that in a conference we're giving 80% of the money, and the rest of these teams combined are 20%. Mm-hmm. That's why they went independent.
Okay.
Because they couldn't broker a deal. The same reason Notre Dame's independent.
Okay.
Notre Dame realizes we raise money at a level that you don't. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame raises money in a way that Georgia Tech can't. And it's they're West Coast. Mm-hmm. And it's West Coast biased. I get it. I know that's a thing. I've known it's a thing forever. Mm-hmm. But if you legitimately can look me in the face and say that you think a BYU team with a probably top 10 NFL draft pick quarterback and a shitload of talent would lose to Iowa State, I'll bet houses on it. Mine against yours. In all day, wouldn't think about it twice. It's not even a debate to me.
No, I'm not.
And I feel the same way about, and I'll be honest with you, I feel the same way about multiple other teams that are in front.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is the Pac-12 as a conference has a huge chunk of the money in college football.
You're going Pac-12 on this because this is not where you want to go. If you want to go Big Ten, you can go Big Ten, but Pac-12, I'm going to destroy you.
How?
8 of the programs of the Pac-12 can't raise money to save their fucking lives.
Okay.
At all. Washington State, Oregon State, literally the Pac-12 is 4 schools. Mm-hmm. USC, Stanford, Oregon, and who am I forgetting? UCLA. Okay. That's it. Nobody else makes money.
All right. Revenue-wise, where do you think the Pac-12 stacks up against the AAC?
Oh.
Honestly.
The 8 teams that I didn't just say, it's much closer than you think.
Really?
Because Memphis raises more money than Oregon State does. And I know it for a fact. I don't think it, I know it.
Okay, fine. But I don't think they bring money. They don't generate eyeballs. They don't generate revenue. You know who does? USC.
But see, this is the part of this argument that gets really stupid to me. And I'm with everybody in the comments that said, fuck history, get it right now. Mm-hmm. Northwestern doesn't yield money. They have a bunch of journalists, so they get a bunch of press coverage.
Right.
They don't yield money. Iowa State does not yield money. So I mean, you're going down you're going down the money path, and the defense that you have is Iowa State and Northwestern and Indiana football, which makes no money. None. It makes none. It's one of 5 programs in the country that makes more money on basketball than they do on football. They just so happen to, for once, be good. Mm-hmm. This is not the money path. This gets into that historical horse shit. And I'm going to be honest with you. You want me to tell you how I kill your argument on money? It's real simple.
Okay.
Let me get the rankings come back up because my computer's going the speed of smell. Where is USC in this ranking without looking?
I don't know, 18.
Yep, that's exactly right. Right in front of North Carolina that doesn't yield money, and Coastal Carolina that has an athletic budget that's probably the shoe budget at USC. Mm-hmm. If this was a money thing, they would have given more credence to Oregon and USC and Texas, and they didn't. They didn't. They actually think these teams are better. They think Texas A&M is better than Florida, which is asinine at best. If you believe that, you must watch college football with your fingers in your eyes, because that's the only thing that's the only explanation I can find.
Right. The point that I was trying to get to with that was that the Pac-12 as an entity is a big cog in how all of this works.
And I keep telling you, no, it's not.
Okay. You could keep telling yourself that, but you look at these committees,
and
they're made up of people from Power 5 conferences.
I get that,
right.
And that's the problem. What you just said is the whole problem.
That's
because the Pac-12 6. Let's just do that.
It doesn't matter because it won't sell.
What do you mean it won't sell?
Oh, okay. You look at the landscape of college football, and you're trying to sell people.
God, I'm going to deep fry you because
Sure.
I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah, you try to sell people on big-time college football. USC's always going to carry weight. Oregon's always going to carry weight now.
Yep, and they're currently undefeated and leading a conference and 15th and 18th. They're not trying to sell you on that. That's the part of this argument that's so stupid to me. They're trying to sell you on Northwestern and Indiana and Iowa State. There's no money there. That's what you don't seem to be getting. This is not a money play. There's no money in what's big. Northwestern doesn't have any money. They pour it into the journalism school so they can yield Mike Greenbergs and Bob Costas. There's no money there. Texas A&M's got more money than God. Yeah, I'll get that one. I'll give you. I'll 100% cede that one to you.
Okay, the individual programs don't, but the conferences do.
And the Pac-12 doesn't give the level of money that you think they do.
Okay.
They don't. They're not on par, and they haven't been on par. Why do you think they piggybacked on the Big Ten? When the Big Ten said, oh, we're not going to play, why do you think the Pac-12 didn't make their own decision? They went with the Big Ten. Because they're going to do whatever the other four, because they know. We don't care at the same level you do. They don't. That's the reason that they have somebody like Larry Scott as their commissioner that doesn't know why. He's a head from a hole in the ground when it comes to sports. And it shows on a daily basis.
Right. I've kind of lost what we're arguing about here. Because what I've been trying to tell you is that the reason that these teams are getting the preferential treatment in the Big Ten and the Pac-12 is because they're parts of the decision-making process. They have the money and the power in college football as conferences, not as individual teams. And that's why Northwestern is getting so much publicity.
They're there because the Big Ten does have a seat at the big boy table. The Pac-12 doesn't. Okay. It doesn't. It shows. It's just ridiculously obvious from the rankings. They gave Oregon and USC, it doesn't matter what they do. There is nothing they're going to do that's going to climb them from 15 to 4 in 4 games. It's not going to happen. I mean, they basically just looked at Oregon and USC and said, you can pack it up and go home because you're irrelevant. We will let in a one-loss Florida that beats Alabama in the SEC title game over you 100 times out of 100. The Pac-12's irrelevant. But now the Big Ten, it's a stupid level of, we just have to have a Big Ten team. We have to have one from the Midwest because they care. No, they don't. Northwestern doesn't care. Just because you hear Mike Greenberg talk about it because he went there doesn't mean anybody gives a shit about watching it. And I got news for you. Let's just for the sake of shits and giggles say that this goes a certain way. And you're telling me in a New Year's 5 or in a New Year's 6 game, I can have Indiana football or I can have BYU. Money, it's BYU. Ticket sales, it's BYU. I mean, how much further do you want me to go? BYU beats them 100 times out of 100. Okay. But because Indiana's affiliated with the Big Ten, which sucks something awful, they're still ahead of them. It's mind-blowing. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to go one step further. Go back to the BCS. I'm done with this playoff shit. I'm over it. I'm over it. I mean, really think about it. In all the years that we've been doing this, all right. So we played this the college football playoff all these times. How many times has it been 1 versus 2?
A bunch.
We've had 6 finals. How many times has it been 1 versus 2?
4.
3.
Okay.
It's been 1 versus 3 0 times. 4's actually gotten in twice. But now 4 tends to be a one-loss team that lost something stupid and then sneaks in the back door.
Right.
So I actually typically believe more in 4 than I do in 3. Because 3 tends to be Michigan State or Notre Dame. I knew there was a Notre Dame in there somewhere.
Right.
I couldn't remember when it was, but I knew it was there.
Right.
No. It was more recently than that.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma's probably been 3 a couple times.
They have. Actually, Oklahoma's been 4 a bunch of times. So I mean, it's just, to me, this is it's preposterous and it's stupid. And you want to know how I would have changed it? It's real simple, because you could have saved yourself all this shit. You really could. All right, Alabama should be 1 universally, no doubt. I think we all agree on that. I don't have Notre Dame at 2. I mean, I think you have to in this poll. So all right, leave Notre Dame at 2. They have the best win on the board. They've beaten the best team in America outside Alabama. So they're 2. Clemson's 3, Ohio State's 4. If you leave it at that and just that, everything else behind it could have settled itself had you allowed it to. Because Texas A&M is not going to be a conference champion, so somebody's going to leap them.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about them. They're not going to lose a game, but they're not going to play a conference title game, so they're not getting in. Florida plays Alabama in the SEC title game. If they win, they get in. Solves the whole damn problem. Cincinnati should be 7. It's at 8 that's where I developed the problem, because that's where BYU should be. They're undefeated. Here's the thing. Their schedule is damn near done. They have, one game left? 2 games left?
1 game.
So you put them at 8. You let them – I mean, their schedule is done. I wouldn't be sitting here crucifying you this morning. You leave them at 8. If Northwestern keeps winning, eventually they're going to pass them anyway. But what you did here is basically tell all smaller schools, you don't fucking matter. You don't matter. I mean, if I'm BYU, I'll level with you. I probably wouldn't play another game all year. I'd cancel the next one and say, don't like it, get somewhere.
It'd be impossible for them to continue to climb high enough to get in there.
Yeah. There's nothing that can happen that BYU gets in.
There's only one thing that can happen, and that's Oregon. If they can,
Oregon can't happen.
If they can
Oregon's
figure out how to
behind
schedule
BYU.
that game.
They can't. They've made it clear they're not scheduling a Pac-12 team, and they shouldn't.
Okay.
If the Pac-12 is going to say, if another Pac-12 team opens up, we can cancel this game by Thursday night, piss off. I don't need you. BYU would be more of a help to Oregon than Oregon would be to BYU.
Right.
100%. There's no doubt about it, because Oregon's got 5 games left. BYU's got 1. All right, listen. All right, take the journey with me.
Okay.
Let's say Oregon and BYU play each other. BYU beats Oregon. What's the first thing you're going to say? It's the first thing I'd say.
Oregon wasn't that good.
Bingo. Oregon beats BYU. What's the first thing you're going to say?
BYU wasn't that good.
Nope. That's a quality non-conference win.
Oh, okay.
And Oregon will go. And BYU would gain a few spots for beating Oregon.
I think,
But they're not. But it's not enough to get them anywhere.
Yeah.
It might not be enough to get them into a New Year's Six bowl. They're on the outside looking in right now of the New Year's Six, because they're the second of the group of 5. So Cincinnati gets that spot, and BYU gets what? A handy? I mean,
BYU. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is this strength of schedule ranking.
And the strength of schedule is stupid.
It's not my ranking. I didn't come up with it, but whatever metric they use to determine strength of schedule has determined
it's some
that BYU,
dumbass sitting in a room going, Ohio State's combined schedule is 6 and 17 or some ridiculous shit like that. And 4 of those wins are Indiana.
Yeah.
Their schedule is 2 and 12 outside of Indiana.
Yeah.
And yet somehow that's the 21st best strength of schedule in America. Please, God, walk me through that. Yeah. I'm going to need you to show your work, because if you believe that, you're a moron. I mean, there's not a nice way for me to say that.
I don't disagree. But the fact that
even if I give you Indiana, all right, I give you Indiana, you're still going to have to explain to me how Nebraska, Penn State, Rutgers, and that's it. That's the only. Oh, they've only played 4 games.
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain to me how those 3 teams make up the 21st best schedule in America, because it don't be. It don't be. I hate to break it to you. I broke a sweat on that, and I've been marinating on that for a night, and I'm mad.
BYU's strength of schedule is 109,
which is stupid
in the country.
Which is stupid.
If they played Oregon, though,
it'd get to 80.
Really,
At best.
that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
That's the way that metric works.
Okay.
Because you still get having an FCS school, they'll give you 1, and that's what BYU has. North Alabama, I think.
Yeah.
They'll give you the 1. Beyond that, if you don't play Power 5 schools, they don't care. You know, the top 60 schools in strength of schedule metrics are all going to be Power 5 schools. Coastal Carolina right now is like 38, I think, undefeated in a pretty damn good conference. They're like 38 on the metric of what moves the needle.
Okay.
So you would actually get more credit for playing, I don't know, Iowa than you would Coastal Carolina. A shitty Iowa team that we've watched get beat twice. You would get more credit for beating Iowa than you would for Coastal Carolina.
Yep.
And that's stupid. That's stupid. It's a broken system. And I'll be honest with you, you want to know why little schools why you don't see Boise States anymore? There's a very specific reason.
Well, they won't play them.
Because as soon as you have a head coach that can recruit like that, he's going somewhere else. Billy Napier, perfect example. Billy Napier has been great at Louisiana. He has taken that program to heights that I never thought they would see. And guess what? The minute South Carolina calls, he's out the door.
Yep.
Not because of money. Louisiana could pay him what South Carolina will. Because South Carolina's cap strapped from having to buy out Will Muschamp. It's not a money thing. It's I know I can't do shit here.
Right.
I would rather be the 10th best team in the SEC than the best team in the Sun Belt. And that's a fatal flaw in the system. And it's irrevocably broken, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. So, you want to keep watching a lather, rinse, repeat of Ohio State and Oklahoma getting the piss beat out of them in the college football playoff by Clemson and Alabama? Have at it. I've seen all I need to see. Of all things I want to watch, that's the last thing I want to watch.
Yeah.
Is some rotation of Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and Ohio State getting just shellacked by two teams that out-recruit them routinely. Mm-hmm. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Florida beat the hell out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to see.
Right.
So I would have one to cling on to and go, see,
Yeah.
I told you. I tried to tell you, and you wouldn't listen to me.
Expand it to 6. Let's expand it to
No.
6 and give buys.
1 and 2 get buys.
1 and 2 get buys.
Oh yeah, that's going to make
And then
this
we'll get
better.
them in there.
Alabama and Clemson are markedly better than everybody in America, so let's give them a bye and let somebody come in a week and a half after playing somebody else. That will make this much more competitive.
Right. I think everybody's under the assumption, though, that nobody beyond those 4 would compete with them anyway. I mean, you really want to watch Alabama beat Cincinnati? Senseless?
I would love to watch Cincinnati and Alabama. That's a high-level defense, coached by a phenomenal coach.
And you think they could hang with them?
Schematically, 100% I do. Horse for horse, no. But do I think that's a more? Oh, this will lead into some fun discussion today. Cincinnati's more talented than Notre Dame is, and it's not close. It's not close. Defensively, they're better. They run the ball better. They're better, and they're exponentially better coached. When Notre Dame gets beat by Carolina on Friday, I'm going to be insufferable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I am going to be insufferable.
There's no doubt.
Follow me on Twitter @JGreenESPN just to see how insufferable I can be.
Coming up this weekend in college football, you got the Notre Dame-Carolina game, which is the premier game of the weekend on Friday. 3:30 kickoff time.
Oh, and it's going to be great. I plan on taking the Thanksgiving leftovers, a little bread, little Duke's mayonnaise.
A little Duke's mayonnaise?
Okay, not a little Duke's mayonnaise.
A lot of Duke's
mayonnaise.
That's the secret to a great leftover Thanksgiving sandwich.
Yes.
Is copious amounts of Duke's mayonnaise.
Yes.
Okay.
And the stuffing. You got to get the stuffing in the middle. Great success. Wah.
You got Texas and Iowa State also on Friday.
Woo! They played that in my backyard. I'd close the blinds.
Top 25 matchup.
They didn't mean to.
And there's the first one of the day.
They didn't mean to. Nice. Coming up on Saturday. I mean, it's just... Yeah, there's nothing great. There's nothing great coming up on Saturday in college football. I mean, obviously, if your team is playing, you're going to be into it. There's Auburn, Alabama, but does anybody actually believe that this is going to be an Iron Bowl worth watching?
It is going to be an iron beating.
Right. Right. Like, this is a 63-7 game.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Right. But you get to watch Northwestern and Michigan State. Yeah. Big Ten football.
If they played that in my house, if they played that game in my living room, I'd set it on fire.
That's awful. Player safety should be the key.
No, you need to move off this because the next words out of my mouth are going to be bad.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Kevin Vick, I don't like gravy.
He's weird.
Mayonnaise is what goes on a Thanksgiving sandwich because I don't like gravy. Nope. I don't need that gizzard water on my taters.
I don't understand people who don't get mayonnaise. I really don't.
Oh God, I love mayonnaise.
I do too. That's what I'm saying.
But then again, yesterday when I said I didn't like gravy, I thought you were going to slap me across the table, which would have ended so badly. But he got this look on his face like,
You don't like gravy?
Who doesn't like gravy?
I don't like gravy.
I
And
mean,
if you put it on my potatoes, we will have a problem.
see, that's insane. Because I can throw mashed potatoes out the window if there is no gravy. I'm throwing the mashed potatoes out the window. I don't need them. Oh, we're having mashed potatoes for dinner. Where's the gravy? There is no gravy. Well, I don't fucking want them then.
I'll have his. Yeah, I love mashed potatoes.
Corn.
I like it. Oh yeah. Oh, and the corn. Oh.
And the mashed potatoes. I just mix them all around. It just.
And the green beans. Oh.
Casserole got this crunchy.
Just all the shit. The one thing I will say, and I didn't say this on the radio show yesterday because I wanted to see his face on camera. My family doesn't do macaroni and cheese. Like none of them eat macaroni and cheese.
That's
because they don't like cheese. I'm the only person in my family that really likes cheese.
So will they make you?
My dad likes it, and my mom likes it. The rest of my family is like, no.
Will they make you like
no
a
cheese.
little bit of macaroni and cheese?
No.
Just a-
There has never been mac and cheese on my Thanksgiving table. Not
See,
one time in my life.
This is why I continue to say that there was something. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shots at your parents. They're lovely people, but there were major things missing from your childhood.
Okay, all right.
No macaroni and cheese.
All right,
no
hold on,
Grinch
hold on.
at Christmas. What the fuck is going on?
I love when he gets real
It's
good.
crazy.
No, this is great.
Now, I believe I have said this poorly. I need to say this a slightly different way.
Okay.
My parents made me mac and cheese all the time.
Right.
They would eat it, and it was fine, and it was good. It's the rest of my family that doesn't do cheese.
Right.
So we never had. I have literally never had macaroni and cheese on a Thanksgiving table in my life. I am 33 years old.
Damaged is what you are. There will be macaroni and cheese.
Now, one of my favorite things to do is, because my lovely wife, who's commenting right now, she makes the best macaroni and cheese in the world. And on the day after Thanksgiving, a lot of times since we've been together, she'll make me macaroni and cheese to have with my leftovers.
There you go.
Because she loves me.
There you go. Now, wait, is it boxed macaroni and cheese?
Hell no.
Okay, thank God. Thank God.
Patrick Gold said sounds like a bunch of lactose intolerant Mormons.
Yes.
Like, see, that's the thing. When people tell me they don't like macaroni and cheese, because I have run into those people in my life,
I don't understand.
I always lead to, have you ever had homemade mac and cheese?
I make really
Because
good
if
mac
the
and
only
cheese,
thing you've ever eaten is out of that blue box, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because that shit's gross. I gotta
All right.
find more cheese and sauces, something. Actually, if you put barbecue sauce in it, it's not that bad. In the box mac and cheese. Kind of spices it up a little bit.
So, we can probably count out Velveeta and Kraft as potential sponsors for this show. Since you just said their product was gross.
No, I will gladly take on Velveeta because we can make cheese dip.
Michael
That's the
Whiteside.
only way to make cheese dip is with Velveeta. So.
Michael Whiteside's comment's my favorite comment I've ever seen. Jeremy's angry over sports and Tank's angry over food. Yeah.
It's priorities, people. Priorities.
And now they get our dynamic.
Exactly. Jeremy gets all upset when BYU's number 14, and I get upset because Jeremy doesn't do mac and cheese. Good Lord. Or his family doesn't do mac and cheese.
We do. And my wife she pointed out she's made, for Friendsgiving things, she has made macaroni and cheese. I'm talking about Thanksgiving with my family.
You're right.
At the 1 o'clock, as we sit down and, have the family meal.
Time for dinner.
Well, yeah, because the Lions have already lost. That's the beauty of 1 o'clock Thanksgiving. You've already watched the Lions just piss away their Thanksgiving day.
Yep.
You take a nap. And talk about
Yeah.
it.
Then you get all the turkey and all the things, and then you sit back down to watch the second half. You unbutton your pants and you take a nap in your chair.
Yeah.
Welcome to my tomorrow.
Like dinner at 1, nap, turkey sandwiches at 4, 8, possibly midnight.
Nice. He went 4 sandwiches after Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't get to take that much leftover home with me, so I have to really, ration the.
This is why you host.
No.
See, it's a lot of work to host. You got to do the turkey and you got to do all that stuff. But the leftovers, they don't leave my house.
My parents give my parents
no plates home.
My parents give me a lovely bunch of Tupperware, which is usually country crock bowls because I don't return Tupperware apparently. I don't know that I've ever bought Tupperware. Yeah. I think all of mine is like the graveyard of Tupperware that I have stolen from my parents.
I think it's hilarious that after every Thanksgiving dinner that we get together, whether it be at our house or whether it be at Mom and Dad's house or wherever, the words will always come out of my mom's mouth. Do you want? Yes. Yes.
Has he ever said no?
Right.
It could be a bowl of rusty screws, and he would go, "I'll try it."
You got gravy on it?
See?
Does it have gravy on it?
Brown gravy and rusty screws. I'll give it a shot.
Stunned.
You can put gravy on anything.
All right, we have sports
you
to
ever
talk
put gravy
about.
on a lady?
Oh God, you're weird. That's the weirdest thing you've ever said. I'm acting like I didn't hear it. We have actual sports to talk about that I'm not going to yell about.
Okay. And what's that?
I don't know. I was hoping you know.
You were just
I was hoping you know.
Right,
I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of mailed it in. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and I've already put the postage stamp on this week. And
I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty good segue right there.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
The Washington football team, the Dallas Cowboys, the Texans, and the Lions. Those are your early games on Thanksgiving. Exactly. Coming up on primetime, though, we got the Ravens and the Steelers. Any chance in the world that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens get the win? No. I agree. And it's not just because they're touched with the COVID.
No, it's because they're bad. It's because they're DNP bad.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I don't see a good game on Thanksgiving, which makes me sad because I want one.
I don't. I really don't know.
4 o'clock game to always be good.
And it never is.
I get they want to make that more of a marquee thing, but I mean, how many people are still awake?
I'm awake.
I'm 4 o'clock game.
I'm awake and kicking. See, my parents live a decent drive away from where I live, so I got two choices. I can either take a nap there, which is highly likely, or I have to fight through the tryptophan coma to get all the way back to my house.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
It's happened like 4 years in a row.
What, fighting the coma to get home?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think there's a time where you reach an age where you're no longer allowed to, crash out on mom and dad's couch with your pants unbuttoned. I think at some point that
my mother was watching this, and I'm really hoping that she's going to fire a comment away of, "You're never too young to fall asleep on our couch."
Oh.
My mother, she's such a southern, sweet, just wonderful woman.
And that's probably true.
What's funny is most people meet my mother and then they meet, having known me, and they're like, "How the hell did that happen?" You two couldn't be more different if you tried.
Mm-hmm. I don't ever expect games in the AFC North to be blowouts. I
do. I think this one's blowout.
I mean, unless Cleveland's involved, obviously.
Cincinnati was who I would lean on, but
both of them.
Especially now. Oh, by the way, Cincinnati's not starting Ryan Finley Sunday.
Who are they starting?
Brandon Allen. Now we have another Allen for me to screw up his name. He played at Arkansas for those for the two really puzzled looks in the studio.
Didn't he
right
fill in last year in Denver?
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Indeed, he did.
He's not good. It's not good.
Indeed, he did. Indeed, he do.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't ever expect blowouts between the Steelers and the Ravens, especially. And the last one was close. I think there's a chance for this one to be close, but I do expect the Steelers to be 11-0 after Thursday.
As do
I. Coming up on Sunday, what are your favorite games, or do you have any favorite games? You got, the Chiefs and the Bucks. Of course, everybody I think is going to be interested in that because we get non-primetime Tom Brady.
Oh, and you're going to get smoked like a damn Thanksgiving turkey. Woo, woo. Deep fried Tom Brady. You don't think you're going to get tortured?
I don't.
Do you?
I don't.
God, you're the eternal optimist.
Yep, I am.
And you know, I envy that about you.
Good. I'm glad.
And I really like making fun of it because you're going to get beat by 40 by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. I think you're wrong.
You thought I was wrong about the Rams, too.
Because they'll be able to hang with them. Tampa Bay is going to be able to hang with Kansas City.
Okay. Anybody in the comments want to tell him, or you just go leave me out here all by my lonesome? Okay.
I just don't think they have
Go
a
ahead.
chance of beating them at all.
No, they don't.
Who, Kansas City? Tampa Bay. Kansas City, they don't have a chance to beat us. They're I knew that'd get him. I knew that one would get him.
God, we have 3 days away from each other, and I am so excited. Actually, no, we don't. Because we have new stuff coming next week.
Right.
That all of you lovely people will get to see right here.
Yep, we got a lot of big things coming after for the holiday season. It's going to be fun.
Our Cyber Monday is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a whole mess of new stuff.
I'm just scrolling through here. I'm just trying to find there's one. There's a Kansas City blowout against Denver and New York. Mm-hmm. Those are the only 2 blowout wins they have this year. I'm just trying to point out to you that they don't blow out teams, and when you think they're going to, like we all thought that they were going to do that to the Chargers, and they only ended up winning by 3.
I didn't think they were going to do that with the Chargers.
Oh, really?
I thought it was going to be a shit. I took the Chargers.
Against Kansas City?
And the number, not...
Oh.
Because the number was stupid.
It's like, the fuck you did.
No, the number was stupid. Look, I'm going to level. I don't really give a damn who wins these games. It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether you cover the spread. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Now, I could care less who wins. My team's 0-10. I don't care. But, the plus and the minus and the over and the under, those are things that I care about.
Mm-hmm. Again, I think it's going to be a lot closer than you think it will. But I still like Kansas City in that game. So I'm not going that crazy with all of it. You got the Titans and the Colts and another pivotal matchup in the AFC South.
And I just can't get excited. Like, there's just nothing about the schedule that I look at and get amped up about.
Titans and Colts, that's like Big Ten football. It's like it's like Wisconsin and Nebraska. Like, let's just see a gritty.
Do you know that every line this week's within a touchdown? There's not one game that has more than a touchdown spread.
Which seems ridiculous to me.
There's 3 of those. The Browns and the Jaguars, the Rams and the 49ers, and the Dolphins and the Jets. Those are all 7-point spreads.
That's going to be your Jags win.
Come on, Jacksonville. I need a buffer. You're making me nervous. If I wind up with Justin Fields, I'm going to be pissed.
The Jags and the Browns. You think the Jags are actually going to beat the Browns this week?
I'm saying Baker Mayfield's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so any team that's got him at quarterback can lose.
Baker Mayfield's awful.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't touch the ball, though. That's the thing. They're not requiring him to do anything but hand the ball off. And they've won games like that, and they will not have a problem with Jacksonville, I don't think.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it could be. Could
end
up being.
I don't believe as much in Cleveland as everybody else does. And I never have.
Mm-hmm. And you never will.
Yeah, Jake Luton's not currently making me look great about my Jake Luton love.
Nope.
Those 4 picks on Sunday didn't help for shit.
I don't think he started this week. I think when she's back.
Mustachio.
The Chargers and the Bills.
I like that game.
I think that could be a fun game.
I think that could be a Josh Allen throws for 5 1,000 yards in one game.
Mm-hmm. But Austin Eckler could be back for the Chargers.
Please come back.
Yeah.
I need a running back. I'm in so many leagues for Austin Eckler. The Austin Eckler owner, my Lord have mercy, it's hard to say, just gave up and cut him, and I went, I'm going to have that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have that.
For playoff.
I am going to have that for the playoffs.
Austin Eckler could return this week. It is very questionable right now whether or not they want to get him out there, but he has been, he is at a point right now where he's ready. They've taken him off the IR, or he's scheduled to come off of the IR. And Raheem Mostert the same way. The 49ers have Raheem Mostert coming off IR, and I think they are destined for him to play. I haven't heard any what-ifs about him.
Let's go. Playoff run.
Here comes the playoff run. But they go up against the LA Rams.
Don't care.
Don't care?
Is he better than, I don't know, Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
Because Joe Mixon's dead.
Yeah.
I'm just still disappointed that I don't get to play the Taysom Hill. I'm just not going to edit my lineup game.
Yeah.
I broke down this morning.
Because I was gonna. I was full well planning on it, and Joe Burrow got hurt. I'm just not going to adjust my lineup, and I'm going to play Taysom Hill against you at tight end until I physically can't do it anymore.
Well, it doesn't make any sense if you don't have a quarterback.
Correct.
And I really wanted to get Raheem Mostert into the lineup rather than Kalen Ballage. So I had to take Taysom Hill out of my tight end
It's a
slot.
very easy thing to understand. Any running back that the New York Jets looked at and went, we're good. We're good with what we got.
Mm-hmm.
You just go away. Probably not good.
No. And he's going to disappear anyway. Once Eckler comes back, whenever that
Well, they
is.
wanted to keep Austin.
Memories like the corners of my mind.
Ooh, goody. Sunday Night Football this week is the Bears and the Packers. Yay. What the And then you get the Seahawks-Eagles on Monday.
Woohoo!
Some bitch. It's going to be a party.
Yeah, the NFL wants you to shop aggressively. You ain't going to have football to watch because it's all disgusting.
To shop aggressively. The semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame have been announced. And we've got 3 no-doubt first ballot Hall of Famers on this year's class. Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Calvin Johnson. The question becomes, who else makes it from this class? Is Jared Allen a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I have said no a lot of times.
I have said yes a lot of times just because I feel like he was a generational player. He was a pass rusher who, he's in the top 12 in sacks all time. And he's he's an all-around player. He's one of those guys, credit to his community. He's just a great guy.
Oh, he's a great guy. I just don't think he's first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm. So who else would you put in?
I feel like John Lynch has to get in at some point, and this is like his billionth try.
Mm-hmm.
And Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt should be in. He's not, and he should be.
Agreed.
I look at Alan Faneca and Tony Baselli, and there are other guys that should be in. I just don't think this is the year.
We needed a big purge. And I thought that's what we were going to get. Remember when they had the 100-year anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were going to put in like 2 classes that year. And then that's not the way that ended up. They decided not to do that. And I agree with you, obviously, on John Lynch. I still feel like Rondé Barber, she needs to be in the Hall of Fame as well. And he will be at some point.
We have news on the Jacksonville Jaguars are starting Mike Glennon on Sunday.
Nice. Sticking their neck out.
Lord.
I like it.
Take the Cleveland Browns minus 25. It does not matter.
That guy has.
Can I tease it the opposite way? Can I tease it to give more points? Will you give me better odds if I give you more points?
Mm-hmm. Oh God! Now we have to hear more quarterback you from the NC State people. Jesus Christ.
I don't know that you're going to hear that from that one.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Not from Mike Glennon, because you're just begging for failure.
No, NC State fans, especially ones closest to us, love to refer to themselves as quarterback U, because we got more quarterbacks in the NFL than anybody else.
Well, they've only got two, Phillip Rivers and Mike Glennon. Ryan Finley.
Uh-huh. And Russell Wilson.
He went to Wisconsin.
No, he didn't.
Last school you went to is what counts, boys. Hate to break it to you, Wolfpack fans. How many players have transferred, and how many of them do we go, oh, he played at NC State too? Nope. No. Last school you went to.
Well, that's not our fault. Tom O'Brien's an idiot.
Well, sorry. When you look up Russell Wilson on all of the Maddens and things like that, next to school, it says Wisconsin. I've wanted to break that out for a long time. And I feel like the holiday season is, it's the time of giving.
Right.
I want to give NC State fans a reason to be pissed off at me.
Right. No, I'm totally with you on Torrey Holt, though. Torrey Holt, speaking of North Carolina, speaking of NC State players, Torrey Holt definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame. And I think it's a sports crime that he hasn't already been in the Hall of Fame by now. But you got all those linemen. And Reggie Wayne. I'm still stuck on Reggie Wayne.
You shouldn't be. Stop
Reggie
that.
Wayne needs to be a Hall of Famer.
No, he doesn't. Not before Torrey Holt.
No, I'm not saying before Torrey Holt. I'm just saying eventually. Him and Hines Ward and Richard Seymour. Feel like he should be in the Hall as well.
No.
All right, tune in this afternoon to ESPN Asheville, the Sports Tank with Jeremy Greene on every afternoon from 3 to 5. What? You looked like you were going to start saying something. So
I was going to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. We will be on this afternoon, last show of the week for the Thanksgiving holiday. We hope everybody has a fantastic and safe holiday. Be careful if you're going out there shopping on Black Friday.
Don't
wear your fucking mask,
or just don't.
Stay home.
We have these things now. Mm-hmm. You can order from the same people on that thing, and you don't have to deal with people.
Right, and they'll deliver it right to your home.
Uh-huh.
At the Sportsocracy on all of the social medias. Be sure to like it, share it, and follow it. One of the things that we are most thankful for here in the Sportsocracy is your support. Throughout all of this, we've had a banner week here at the Sportsocracy, announcing our newest partnership with Wicked Weed Brewing. That is going to help us grow and grow along with you, and it's all your support that has strengthened us throughout one of the roughest years in all of our lives.
It's been aggressive, but we love you.
Yeah.
And happy Thanksgiving. And
yep, we couldn't do it without you. We'll see you this afternoon on the radio side.